Hello people, you may have been wondering why I haven't made a video about acquiring a new fan for quite a while. That's because I had my final A-level exams. And now that they're done, I can finally resume buying fans and making videos about them once I acquire them. So, I bought this for 70 ringgit, 70, on Carousel Malaysia. And the advertisement stayed up for 10 months until I finally bought it. I think that's destiny's way of telling me this fan was meant to be for me. By the time I took this video, the advertisement was up for 11 months. That's impressive. At first I thought this was going to be a KDK KB30U due to the long, slim speed buttons. However, a quick look at the label underneath the base shows it is a KB30T. And this is a 1987 model because of the date stamp on the motor. This is the model tag of the fan. As you can see, it is a KB30T and not a KB30U. Differences between the T and U series will be covered at the end of the video. Here is the date stamp on the motor. The first digit is 7, which shows that the year of production is 1987. Anyway, here's speed 1. Speed 2. Speed 3. And off. You can hear a little chatter on speed 2, I'll explain that later. Basically, it only happens if the fan is blowing 90 degrees parallel to the floor, or if it's tilted too far up. Well, it's not supposed to happen normally, that's why I said I'll explain later. So, as a temporary fix, I'll put it down just a little bit. Let's engage the oscillation. Let's see, speed 1. That's just loose papers under the camera stand. I'm using it for stability. Speed 2. Speed 3. Back to speed 1. Now I have a really good fan friend. He has a national table fan that's also from 1987 and features the same motor as this. It is the F307NM and features a different body and base shape. That fan of his also suffers from the same chattering you heard when oscillating and on speed 2. But I think his only has a chatter due to the worn bearings when it's oscillating. His video is in the description. Now I have to admit, although this is one of Matsushita's last truly good fans, it still suffered a quality dip. When I greased it, I found there was only a small pinky-sized blob of lube, compared to my KB30B, which has an easily fat thumb-sized blob of lube. Well, grease in the gearbox, that is. That blob was easily 3 times larger in my KB30B's gearbox. And also the plastics are brittle and chip easily. In these two photos, we can see where the plastics chipped on the motor mounting plate. I think this is one of the parts of this fan that used a different plastic compared to the higher quality plastic found on its predecessors. Now without further ado, let's do an acceleration straight to full speed. Now this fan has an aftermarket 1.5 microfarad capacitor instead of original Shizuki 1.5 microfarad capacitor. This is the replacement capacitor that came with the fan. This is the original 1.5 microfarad Shizuki capacitor. So I don't think the performance is 100% original, but close enough. This is the KDK KB40U. It has the same long slim buttons like my KB30T and the same faceplate design as well. This is the model tag of that same fan. As you can see, it says KB40U. This is the national branded counterpart to the KDK KB40U and its model number is F406NM. Even though we have no model tag to confirm it, it is implied because of the same speed buttons and the same blade. This is the national F307NM. You can tell that this belongs to the F307 or 407 family of fans because of the fat speed buttons. Here is the label, the model tag of the F307NM, confirming that the fat speed buttons belong to the 307 or 407 series of national fans and its KDK counterpart, the T series. This makes me wonder, if the 306 and 406 series of national fans are supposed to have the long slim buttons, and the 307 and 407 series of national fans are supposed to have the fat buttons, then I wonder why my KDK KB30T has the long slim buttons.